What's up, everybody? This is Nick from theGamerAccess.com with another video, and I want to give a huge shout out to David McBride, who actually sent in the topic I'm going to discuss about today. He wanted me to talk about 3D gaming and stuff like that. So basically, 3D gaming uniting with innovation. Now, 3D gaming is not something new. There have been games like Rayman Arena on the PS2 where you'd enter a code and you can play the game in 3D as long as you had glasses. It would turn it to where the blue red lines and it's all fuzzy and stuff, which is pretty cool. 3D gaming I would love to have, as long as they don't force it upon the gamers. If they say, okay, the only way you can play this game is in 3D, I'm not gonna be interested. And then there's games like that little hamster game G4, something like that. It's gonna have 3D technology. It's a game, and it's like some kid game. I'm not gonna pick it up just because it's 3D. But it is using the technology, so I'm pretty sure 3D gaming will be coming. And there's also been the news about the PSP implementing 3D technology. So, I mean, I definitely can't wait to see how it works out. But they cannot force it upon the gamers, because, like I said before, if you ever take your glasses off during a 3D movie, you'll see it's pretty fuzzy with red and blue lines. You really can't tell what's going on. So there needs to be an option built into the game. Do I want to play with 3D or not? If I don't want to play with the 3D, I don't have to wear the glasses. Because I honestly, if you wear 3D glasses long enough, you will start to get a headache. So if you want to sit down and play for 4 or 5 hours, you're not going to want to wear the 3D glasses unless you do that every day and eventually get used to them. But other than that, you aren't going to want to do that because you'll get major headaches. And plus, sometimes I would just prefer to play the game normally. Now, 3D gaming, as mentioned, would be great. It would bring gamers more into the game. Like, imagine a first-person shooter. Imagine hopping on Killzone 2 and it using 3D technology. You go in there, you're seeing all these explosions right in your face. As long as the technology is good as it is in some of these movies, imagine playing Killzone in 3D. It would be incredible. You'd have everything in your face. It'd just be incredible. And then imagine like God of War 3, going through that and seeing all these humongous bosses right in your face. That would be incredible. So 3D gaming, definitely, like I said, as long as they don't force upon gamers, I don't really see a negative side to it. It's because, I mean, I would love to play some of these games. Some of these games, it wouldn't really matter. Racing would be really cool. That'd give it even a more realistic. I mean, imagine playing Gran Turismo. It has the in-cockpit view. Boy, if you're playing that joke in 3D, it'll look like you're actually driving a car. So that would be really cool. Now, I also feel this will add, if they implement this correctly, it could attract more people, more gamers, more people into games that originally weren't into games. What I mean by that is like grandparents and stuff like that. Yeah, they got the motion controller, boy, if they can play little game, like little racing games, maybe not to extent with Gran Turismo, since that's like the hardcore and it's very realistic, but just take like a little racer and have your grandparents, they see it in their face, they might be more into it. Because games, they just look at, okay, you're just controlling things on screen, but if you actually control, it's like a 3D movie, they might be a little more interested. Now, I might be wrong, I'm just saying it. I personally think that it could possibly attract more people in the game than that originally weren't. And something that okay, if you listen to the podcast or have seen my first video, I believe, you would know that I'm really not feeling these motion controls. I wish they wouldn't at the Wii. I wish they really hadn't come, because I personally just like to play the game with the controller. They showed Project Natal on Jimmy Fallon. You're driving Burnout like this. I'd rather just use the controller or get the steering wheel out and play with that. I don't want to pretend I have a steering wheel. And it's just the fact I like to play with the controller rather than swinging my arms and stuff like that. But I got to thinking, I'm like, okay, what if they were to use these together? And what I mean by that, okay, you got the Sony motion controller, or Natal. Project Natal would be a great example as well. If you have the stuff in your face, it would be more enjoyable, in my opinion. Okay, let's say just any game like, I don't know, Madden. Okay, I'm not saying you want to play Madden with Natal, but I'm just throwing this is just for an example. Okay, say you're playing that in 3D, and it actually looks like you're in the game and your motion controls move exactly. So say you play the wide receiver or the quarterback. It actually looks like you're on the field and you're controlling the game. Okay, okay, if you're just looking at the screen, you're going like, okay, throwing it, blah blah blah, it's not that great. But if you're on 3D, where you got things like coming at you, like looks like it's really coming at you, you'll be like, oh shoot, you'll be more interactive with it. You're the wide receiver, you see someone coming at you, instead of seeing them on the screen, you actually see them coming like right at you, and like the correct aspect ratio, so you know when he's about to get you, so you gotta know how to make your moves. I think that'd be really cool. Implementing 3D into motion controls would actually get me involved with motion control gaming. I mean, having this stuff point at me, I would want to move. If someone's really coming at me, just move. Playing with the controller might be kind of boring. It might be cool, like God of War, the racing games. But I mean, if they really implement this 3D technology, I might get into more of the motion control gaming just because the fact that it looks like it's real life. I'm gonna act like it's real life. I mean, God of War 3, I'm still most likely want to play the controller, but I still think it'd be cool if it was 3D and you use the motion control, because you actually look like you're right there, and you actually look like you're actually cutting these fools up, and possibly get it with how violent the game is, where you can actually rip the dude's head off. But yeah, I mean, 3D gaming, I definitely see, I really don't see anything on the negative side to it. Like I said, as long as they don't force upon gamers, 3D gaming, I feel, will be a great addition to the gaming industry. But I mean, leave a comment. Big shout out to David McBride for sending the topic. Hopefully I answered it the way you wanted to. And I want to also thank all the other people that have emailed. I got like 4 or 5 topics lined up right now to talk about. So I'm loving the people getting more in touch with me, getting topics. Because if you noticed yesterday's video, I got that from someone else. These next few videos are not going to be my topics. They're going to be from other people, which is what I wanted. I didn't want everything to be only mine. So I want to get you guys to get your voice out there. You got a topic? Let me know, and I'll discuss it. As long as I feel it's a pretty good topic, and I'll throw your name out there. So email address is right below me. You know how to get in contact with me. Just hit me up. So thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, and check back tomorrow for another one. Peace.